My parents made me and my sister take turns, being their only daughter, Sophie, every month while the other had to live in the basement and pretend she didn't exist. When I got sick during an off month and started vomiting blood, they gave us 7 days to decide which sister they'd kill with pills, so they could finally have just one daughter. But we tricked them into thinking we'd both been poisoned and escaped while they panicked. My parents said they could only have one daughter, and they meant it. My parents made me and my sister swap identities every month because they said only one daughter deserved to exist at a time, and we had to take turns being the real child while the other became invisible. My parents always said they'd only wanted one daughter. When my sister Scarlett was born 11 months after me, they treated it like a cosmic mistake that needed correcting. They couldn't afford to raise 2 children, they said. But more importantly, they didn't have enough love for 2 daughters. Lucky for them, we looked nearly identical. Same dark hair, same green eyes, same small frame. So they created a system. 1 month I was their daughter Sophie. The next month I had to pretend I didn't exist while Scarlett became Sophie. The outside world never knew there were 2 of us. The switching ceremony happened at midnight on the 1st of each month. Scarlett and I would stand in the living room while our parents formally transferred their recognition from one daughter to the other. The girl whose turn it was ending had to hand over everything. Her bedroom, her clothes, her name, even her school assignments. Mom would kiss the leaving daughter on the forehead and say, "See you next month, stranger," while Dad removed her from existence entirely. The non-existent daughter moved to the basement with a sleeping bag and was forbidden from appearing anywhere. During Scarlett's months, I had to coach her through phone calls on how to be me, my teachers' names, my friends' birthdays, my class schedule. During my months, she did the same. We shared one school record, one medical file, one life split between 2 girls. Everyone thought Sophie was just moody, never realizing she was actually 2 different people, living as half a person each bonded Scarlett and me in the most twisted way. During my off months in the basement, she'd sneak down after our parents slept and we'd whisper through the darkness. She'd tell me what happened at school as Sophie, which friends asked about me, what homework I'd need to catch up on. I'd coach her through my relationships, telling her exactly what to say to maintain my friendships. We brought whichever one of us was in the basement snacks and contraband books to read during the daylight. Anything to make those hours locked down there alone more bearable. During my month when I got my first period, I had to teach Scarlett how to use tampons through the basement door for when it would be her period next month. When she broke our arm during her month falling off a bike, I had to wear the cast during mine and pretend I remembered the accident. We kept meticulous journals documenting every interaction, every promise made, every lie told. By the time we were 14 and 15, we'd created an entire fictional person named Sophie, who was really 2 broken girls desperately trying to exist. We'd lie in the basement together during switches, holding hands and promising that someday we'd both be real at the same time. But when I was 15, I developed severe stomach pain during an off month that left me writhing on the basement floor. Scarlett begged our parents to take me to the doctor, but they refused. "Sophie can go when it's Sophie's turn," Mom said coldly. By the time my month came, I could barely stand. But at the doctor's office, all the tests came back normal. The pain had mysteriously vanished the moment I became real again. 2 weeks later, during Scarlett's month, the agony returned. I lay in the basement vomiting blood while she sat in school, healthy and terrified. We realized my body only let itself be sick when I didn't exist. The second I became Sophie again, it suppressed everything to survive my month of visibility. That night, Scarlett and I made a decision. We both walked upstairs to our parents' bedroom. "This is calling me," I told them, showing them my bloody clothes. "We need to stop the switching, please." For the first time in years, they actually seemed to listen. Mom's face softened. Dad put down his book. They looked at each other for a long moment. "You're right," Mom finally said. "This has gone on too long. We need to make a permanent decision." Relief flooded through me until I saw Dad's expression. He wasn't agreeing to let us both exist. He was solving